Hey guys, Josh here with the Brothers Boyd, and I've got Chris with me. And we are sitting in and talking with Hector Miray, the author of Faith and Fandom and the organizer of the Vertical Mini Comic Con that is coming up on September 9th. It is free admission. It is going to be from 10 to 4 that day at Vertical Church, and that is at 4330B Con Drive, Lumberton, North Carolina. Oh, Hector's fixing the headphones. How we doing,
Yeah,
Hector?
we're good. Yep,
We're good.
that sounds right. And the address is always gonna be weird. So
Yeah.
we're like on the back side of a building complex. So it's one of those. There's like five businesses in the same building.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So we're excited for this con, Hector. Tell us about it. Tell us what you got coming in.
So as I turn my ringer off, I apologize.
All good.
I don't know, man. I've got a lot of great artist alley people, which to me, like I think an artist alley can be some of the best parts of a show. I know a lot of people go to cons for like big names and stuff like that, but for me, like I like finding the stuff that you don't find with everywhere else and it can be kind of unique. But we've got Brian Wingrove who does Bare Butt Comics and he does like the cartoon cosplay stuff. I always love seeing his stuff.
Yes.
Lyle Pollard who's coming. I've worked with him a bunch. We've got a dude named or Vinitude Art who's he does wrestling and pop culture, like, so it's kind of the big con mix right there in itself. We got a painter named Nick Golden. We've got a guy who writes children's books and also designs board games. We've got crocheters, we've got sticker makers, we've got decal people. We've got Kessel Run Comics, who used to have a shop in Elizabethtown, North Carolina. They've shut down their physical location and just do cons now, but they're a big comic supplier, big collectors. Uh we've got a dice table. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I should have had a list conveniently in front of me. Davis Mystery Dice, that's what it is. And they've got like a big 10-foot display of custom dice and things like that. We've got Amazing Collectibles will be there, and they're the folks that run the Lumberton Mall show usually and everything. I'll say this, they've been incredibly supportive because like, I didn't want to poop in anybody's cornflakes by saying, hey, let me come do a show in the town you normally do something. And he's like, just, as long as it's not May or December, and let me know. And so like he was literally the first person I mentioned it to. As like I shot him a message directly. I was like, hey, I'm thinking of doing a show this date. And I also messed up incredibly because Florence hadn't announced their show yet originally. Like it was on their website, but not on any of their socials or promoted anywhere. And like, so I originally picked the same date as Florence. And I was like, I'm a backup. I'm gonna move this show. But I'd only like put it into thoughts at that point. And then we've got Bo Blackburn, who does like the Shield Car. He's got 30 long boxes of comics he's bringing as well. We've got you guys, the elite and prestigious documenters of the con community. And we've got a really solid mix of folks that are have a good handle for cons. We've also got some like candy people. We've got a fancy drink and coffee shop trailer that'll be outside. Getting our food truck secure. I've got like 4 options. I'm narrowing it down because parking lot's only so big and I don't want to overcrowd it, but I also don't want to have like a lack of food. And a neat thing too is just, and I haven't mentioned this to anybody else yet, but we're also going to have like a fully stocked like food and snack bar for all the artists and vendors. So like if you guys want snacks and drinks and stuff, it's just like a little green room for all y'all the whole time. There's a good group. I think we also have a Robeson Community College. Their video game design program is going to be set up.
Well, that's cool.
And and they're gonna have that display. We've got a Smash Brothers tournament, and I just one of those things. Like I asked the guy who's running it just to handle it, because he's somebody I trust. He managed a GameStop forever, but he also does competitive gaming. Like he goes to Vegas and plays Street Fighter, but he's hosting our Smash Brothers tournament, and he said that's going to take like at least 3 TVs and 4 hours. So
Okay.
Nice.
so he's gonna, I mean, there's just a lot of neat stuff I think's put together, and local library and be involved. There's 3D printer people. We've got, I think it's just as far as like a solid mix of everything. I've tried to have not more than 2 of anything when it came to like a type of thing. And so that'll be a good variety for a small space. And that's not a small space, but like I know we've all done shows in small spaces.
Yes.
And I think this is, going to be a moderate sized space, but for 20, 30 but around 30 artists and vendors and tables and stuff, I think it's going to look pretty good.
Hey, let me ask you this, Hector. Is it bigger than an artist attic up there at Heroes Con?
Oh, you mean a Galaxy Con?
Yeah,
I mean,
Galaxy Con.
Con.
Yeah.
Con, yeah.
I don't know if like it's bigger in one space, but I think altogether it's bigger.
Okay. So it'll be less people shoved into one room than compared to what you had there. Yeah.
And and I'll say this, dude, it was nuts too with that is I think I did better this year than last year.
Awesome.
Nice.
Which, I'm grateful, because if it would have been bad, I think somebody would have rioted. But no, it's I've been telling people no since Friday, and I hate that. I am the least confrontational person, and I hate conflict. And but like that last time I made a post of like, here's all the people that we have so far. Like we got 12 requests of people wanting space then, and I'm like, I'm sorry,
We don't have any more room. That's a good problem to have, though.
And I feel like I could squeeze people in there, but then there won't be room for people to like actually enjoy the space, and I want to make sure that that's a possibility.
Well, that is awesome. I know we've got artists, vendors. You mentioned crafters. You mentioned comics. I know you said the guy with the shield car has like 30 comics. I can't wait to see that.
He's got 30
long boxes.
30 long boxes.
30 long boxes. Lots of comics. We've got comics. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
We've got lots of stuff. We've got cosplay listed too. We're going to have cosplayers.
Yeah. And so we've got Deborah Lanham, who's Litmus Cosplay. She cosplays a lot herself, but like her big accomplishment lately has been that she designed and made the costume that Galaxy Girl is. Like,
nice.
So Galaxy Girl, that was at GalaxyCon last year and this year, she just made that cosplay, and as soon as she walked in the building, like the con freaked out, and like she won like the owner's choice or whatever, and she's now officially like on contract to be Galaxy Girl, like a mascot. So she's that she did that, and she does a lot of things too that like connect into my bubble over a lot of different things. Like she's helped me with like Geek Church and stuff like that. And then we've got David Probus, who is the Wheeled Avenger cosplay, and David's kind of a staple in the Fayetteville area of always being, he will show up to anything and be supportive in a costume. And I don't know that I've seen anybody like actually give him a cosplay spot yet. And I don't not this is like a big show or anything, but I was trying to like give some folks who don't normally always get a spotlight. And then there's one family who like is from this area who I don't know that they cosplay a lot past like the Halloween time frame, like around then they cosplay, but like every time they make these immaculate full family cosplays. To where like last October they were all characters from Star Wars Rebels, and the baby who was in a carrier was Chopper, like sitting inside the machine. So
cool.
So it's gonna be fun. And I don't know that we're gonna do a cosplay contest, but we're definitely at least doing like a cosplay parade. We'll bring everybody on stage and let them do that. If there's enough, I don't want there to be a contest with like 4 to 5 cosplayers and be like, it'd be something where somebody's just left out, but I'd like to try and do something for everybody. So
awesome. And I know you've got prizes listed.
Yeah, that's one of the things, and you guys saw it too. Like I asked on the contract if you would be willing to donate a door prize, and most everybody said yes to that. And then also, I just had an event this past weekend, and somebody brought let's say 35 items for me to donate just to the prizes.
That's awesome.
So like some graphic novels, Funko Pops, pin sets, just a lot of stuff. And they brought me like a whole big thing, said, here, give this away at your con. So I think that's gonna be pretty neat. So between
That's awesome.
we're probably gonna do door prizes every hour. And then we're also going to have prizes to give to the Smash Brothers tournament and for the cosplayers as well.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right. So gaming, I know we've mentioned Smash Brothers. Is there any other gaming going on?
That's my focal point because I know that's easy enough to come in and everybody can button mash. We will have table space set aside in the lobby if people do want to game. But I just, gaming takes a fair amount of time.
Yes.
As far as like in time and space, and I just wasn't going to bank on that people are going to hang out the whole time. But if it arises up that that's something that people are interested in, there will be space for it.
All right, and we got food. We addressed that. What about panels? You have panels listed on your flyer.
Yeah, we're gonna have the cosplay guests that we have do a panel on kind of budget cosplays. We're gonna have one of the cosplayers be doing a panel on, like, I think it's gonna be more for parents of like kind of geeky crafts that you can do with your kids.
Awesome.
And then I think I've got one slot more, but I'm kind of like back and forth with a couple people on what I'm gonna fill that slot with. But I also didn't want to like overflow everything and just like where there's still enough time for everybody to kind of roam around with that. But yeah, there's definitely going to be a cosplay panel and like a parenting involvement with your kids thing, because I think a lot of probably what we'll have are parents and kids that are trying. I think we're going to get a lot of people that don't normally go to cons. I know we've got people from cons, but like there's some parents that are like, okay, this is be something I can dip my toes into and see how I feel about it.
Awesome. And yeah, the good thing about the cons is they are generally family friendly, and this is going to be a family friendly event. So I'm excited for that. We keep our channel family friendly, especially with my 6th graders watching my channel. They keep an eye on it.
And I for the most part, invited people to the con that I knew would easily be family friendly. Not that everything had to be squeaky, because there's artistic liberties and everything with that, but I didn't want like a parent to walk in and like freak out and be like, oh no, this is the worst. But and I know that normally with cons there's a wide variety for a big audience, but I want to try and make it as big as an audience, but I want parents to walk away like comfortable and cool with it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely.
How about toys and collectibles? Do we have anybody there with action figures?
Yes, Amazing Collectibles will definitely have action figures. Mitchell's Mess and More will definitely have some wrestling and sports related figures. Let's see, let me get through this list a little bit too. There's someone who named Jonathan Jacobs who he doesn't have like a artist name or anything, but he is in the place of he's going to have toys and stuff there. And I think definitely those guys. Let me see who else we got. As far as toys, Mitchell's is the big one for toys, I think, though. Mitchell's and Amazing Collectibles. And oh yeah, we have LJ who does nerdy poetry and stuff. PinkTwin BlueTwin, they're gonna have like some like handmade toys and collectibles, which is kind of neat. And then but I think our big toy folks will be Amazing Collectibles and with their stuff, and then Jon Jacobs and some other ones with that. Mitchell's Mess and More.
Nice. You mentioned the crocheted items. I'm gonna try and pronounce this and see if I get it right. Amagori. Is that correct? The little crocheted figures or characters?
I've never heard that word. So if you tell me that, yes, I'm
Yes.
going to say yes. That's right.
It's
Correct.
the
Absolutely.
Japanese art of yarn characters. So I know that
I
because of
learned a
our
thing.
friend Marilyn, who does crafts. She does the characters like that. Little bees, and I have a Kirby on my desk that she made. So that kind of stuff.
Okay. I didn't know that had its own specific name, but yeah, I know that I've seen some I haven't posted their stuff yet. I was waiting till like this kind of last week to kind of throw out a few more. But I know that they do I saw a Harry Potter purse,
Okay.
all crochet, like a cow, some Mario stuff, some mushrooms and things like that. So I think there should be a pretty good variety with that.
Awesome. Awesome. I know those are generally pretty popular.
They're pretty popular, and my only thing is like some of the crochet people stuff is just so nice that it's like out of your budget.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
and I told the crocheter, I was like, hey, just throwing it out there, maybe have some low budget items, some
Yeah.
like $5 to $10 items up in there, because like this, I think I forget we see so many booths, I forget everybody's name. There's one booth at shows that almost always has a crocheted rhinoceros from Animal Crossing, and I want to say it's like $400.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's worth it. It looks gorgeous, but I'm just like, yeah, I doubt that's going to be the budget of our show, folks.
There was a $1,000 crochet Dobby at the Greenville Comic Con.
Yeah, that thing was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool, really cool. Well, we'll have dollar comics and $2 comics, and I think we've got some. I know I've got some pop figures. I just picked up 2 new ones this weekend to sell. So we'll be in that budget friendly area with most of our stuff. So
there you go. We've also got one thing I forgot, like I haven't done a post for him yet or anything, but we've got a guy, Froggy Always Trading Cards.
Okay.
He's a big Pokemon card dealer on Whatnot and stuff like that. And if you've been by my booth, before, I usually have free cards. I'm giving Pokemon cards. He gives me a lot of his bulk to give away to kids at cons, but he'll have a good display of Pokemon cards and stuff there at the show.
Awesome. Now is I know you're organizing the con. Is Faith and Fandom going to have a booth there?
It'll be there.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to be at it. Okay. Like realistically, I'm gonna probably like try and be running things and make sure things are going smoothly. I'll set my booth up and I'll probably put one of my kids at it and like give them a walkie-talkie, like yell if you need me. I mean, it's not that huge of a space, but like, unless I'm in the smash room, I should be able to hear somebody's calling my name. But yeah, it should be. I'll have it
if I go in the smash room, I'd be in there 10 minutes or less because they'll probably whoop me. I enjoy playing it, but I'm not that good at it.
Yeah.
Not competitive.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, my oldest daughter brought her first male friend home to hang out with us for dinner one night, and he started talking trash and Smash Brothers. I was like, okay, little man. Like, and I just booted it up and threw him a controller, and I was like, your honor and integrity are on the line right now, and just gave him the molly whopping of his life. And after we dropped him off, I just told my daughter, I was like, do you want a man in your life that loses in Smash Brothers that badly?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta love it.
Very cool. Very cool.
So
I'm excited for coffee being there because we're going to be coming in very early in the morning, actually leaving New Bern very early in the morning. So my first stop will be the coffee place.
Oh yeah, and we'll have like a big fresh thing of coffee for all of y'all when you get in there too.
Nice.
So try and keep you stocked up.
Yeah, we will definitely be ready for that because that's going to be a long road trip.
It is a long road, and I was like, because I think I was mapping it out when looking at one of the shows in your area the last time, and it's just like, I think I was DJing till midnight, and I was like, I can't DJ till midnight and then make it there. That's just like not
Yeah,
functional.
yeah. It's not a terrible trip. I think it's less than 3 hours. So,
But it's
uh,
just enough on the other side of that 2 hour mark to be
yeah, yeah,
bothersome.
yeah.
Oh
And,
yes.
Once,
and it's good. And it's good when you have somebody riding in the vehicle with you to kind of keep you on your toes if you're driving or whatever. So,
yeah. And I got an email from somebody today that was asking questions about the con because they were planning to drive from Atlanta. And I'm like, and I said, please don't come to this con from Atlanta. I was like, I appreciate that, but I was like, I think I'm putting together a good show, but I don't know if it's worth 12 hours. So,
Yeah,
or like,
yeah, that's
yeah,
a long ride. Yeah.
that is a long
I was
ride.
like, I was like, you got a lot of other shows between here and there. I was like, I appreciate you. Don't do that, but we'll see.
That's pretty cool that it's getting
Yeah,
out.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
absolutely.
Well,
there was a baby shower that happened in the same space last Saturday, and they had balloons out by the road. And so a dude like walked right into the baby shower. Is this the Comic-Con? And like one of my bosses was there, and he's like, "No, that's 2 weeks from now." He's like, "Okay," and just walked out. But like, dude, totally crashed a baby shower because he got excited and thought he missed it.
Nice. Yeah, that's another thing too, Hector. I'm sure you're prepared for signage and everything so people can find it pretty easy when they get down there and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've been to some shows where there were no signs outside at all, and people were just like, "Is something going on here?" You know?
So we've got yard signs that we're putting out on Friday. They would be going out today, but we're about to have a hurricane come through,
Yeah.
and like I was like, let's not put these signs out right now. We're gonna put them out by the schools just when they're exiting for this week. But we're gonna take them up for that. We'll have that. We'll also have some giant orange flags by the road. We'll make it visible. But like if you have any trouble with directions, we're on the service road of 95. Like it's visible from the interstate, and we're between Golden China and Golden Corral, right
Oh,
there.
gotcha.
nice. So extra
Yeah.
food options.
Yeah, extra food options. Yeah, there's a Chinese place like next door. So, and then before you get Golden Corral, there's an IHOP. So there's not like you don't got to go far, but yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right, so Hector, what's the best thing you've been reading lately?
Uh, gosh, I've really enjoyed Nightwing over the last like year. That whole run, Leaping into the Light's been really solid. And there's a horror book that just finished maybe 2 weeks ago, called Neighbors.
Okay.
That was
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was that was really solid. And I think the first half of Poison Ivy lately has been really good. I think that's kind of piddled out at this point. I'm just kind of ready for all the Night Terrors stuff to be over.
Me and you both.
And
I
because
actually just picked up the Gotham War Prelude book today, so I'm looking
Okay.
forward to reading that. Yeah.
yeah, I got to hit my shop tomorrow. So
Yep, that's where I'll be. And Nightwing's been Tom Taylor the last year, and he's a great writer. I really enjoy his stuff.
definitely, and like he also did the Deceased books too, and I enjoyed
Yes.
those a
Yeah.
lot.
Yep. All right, so just a couple more, and then we'll finish up. How about Ahsoka? What are you thinking? Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I thought they did a really good job of just like picking up after Rebels. And I loved seeing is it Clancy Brown?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've one of the things I've loved the most in the whole Star Wars television universe lately is characters that voice their characters getting to be them in live action.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
So
cool.
like the fact that Bo-Katan has always been Katie Sackhoff, like animated and live action. Clancy Brown got to bring that character to life because he definitely wasn't going to be a Vandal Savage, or Savage. And like even the kid who was up there with Clancy Brown was a voice acted character that came to life. I didn't notice that in the first thing, but also the way they kind of ended it, like shot for shot with the Rebels scene. Like, and they're saying that it wasn't a recreation, that is the Rebels moment, that everything that's happened in that first episode happened before the end of Rebels. It was just it was neat.
Yeah.
All right. And so Merrick, there's a couple of theories out there about the Inquisitor.
Mhm.
Right? We've heard that he might be Sam Witwer as Starkiller from The Force Awakens.
Mhm.
We've heard that he might be Cal Kestis as an Inquisitor from the Jedi games.
Mhm.
And there's a couple more. Chris, do you remember what they are? For
I
Merrick?
don't. The only one I've seen is the Sam Witwer. I haven't
Witwer?
seen the Cal-Kestis.
The Cal Kestis
Yeah.
one came up today. I saw that.
Okay.
If you had to, and the third, oh, I know what the third one was. Somebody said it was Ezra Bridger.
That's
That
where I am.
Ezra made it back, and he's the Inquisitor.
Well,
So
my thing
which
is
one
that
would you put your money on?
I don't think they would give us Cal in live action starting off as an antagonist. I don't think it. I think if it was Sam Witwer, maybe. I think that one's is highly probable. But my money's been on that it's Ezra Bridger. That he got there, that Thrawn defeated him at some point and sent him back out, and that he's kind of turned, and that not only would they find him, but have that could make the whole story arc trying to redeem him. So maybe, or it could just be a random dude in a mask. But like Witwer to Ezra sounds good. And then on the same note, have you heard the theory about the Sith lady?
No. What is the theory about her?
That she's Omega from Bad Batch.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Ooh.
I did hear that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an interesting theory.
Right?
Yeah.
Interesting theory. Now, so my thing with the whole Sam Witwer is Starkiller, is Starkiller's name is Galen Merrick or Marek. It's close to what his name is as the Inquisitor. His last. So that's an interesting idea. And Sam's name shows up in the credits.
Yeah. Yeah. Or it could just be clickbait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep us guessing, keep us on our toes. So.
Yes, I guess we got to wait till 9 o'clock tonight to find out, right? We'll see some more tonight.
Absolutely.
So Hector, it has been great having you on here, man. It's been great talking to you about the con. We need to do this another time when we can just sit and talk shop.
Absolutely.
Do a whole shop, do an interview about your Faith and Fandom books and talk about the comics and just enjoy that. For those of you, for those of you who are watching us, make sure you come out September 9th to the Vertical Mini Con in Lumberton, North Carolina. It will be 10 to 4 and it will be free admission. You'll be able
to you can spend all your money at these fancy people's booths.
Exactly, at the vendors.
And make sure everybody knows that we are giving our stickers away now. I just ordered a fresh batch. They should be in by the time the con gets here, so they can decorate their water bottles with the Brothers Void stickers.
Yes. Awesome. So until next time, guys, we will see you at the con.